check this boat out here. They've got it, they're redoing the bottom of the hull. And also another thing you can check out, there's two engines, one's here and one's there. They may have two different horsepower ones, but also look at the size of this rudder shaft. That's about an inch, maybe more. That's a monster, man. And that's a normal rudder there, but that's a really long boat. I don't know if you can see how long this boat is. It's almost, well, 30 feet plus, I'm guessing. But look here. What they did, they put epoxy on the boat, and then they put this black net. This is like the trampoline net that I'm using, and then they lay it all out, and then they add epoxy on top. Well, what the net does, it actually works like fiberglass, where it strengthens everything, but it also holds the epoxy. You can put a thicker layer because it won't because epoxy will just run down. It will run down and run off. But if you put that there, that kind of gives it something to grip to, and then you can put a thicker coating on. See down here, see they got a thicker. See they got a thicker coating on there.
Pati niya dili sa sinaw siya di malukot na kita iyang grano sa kon bati.
Ano
yung bambot na binukatan na namo kanang gamay.
Honey, what's that?
Hindi kaya ba plain sinaw rin.
They gonna do epoxy like
on the side too, with the net or
no
net, just put epoxy.
Just like what he's wrote there. The one that you locked before.
Oh, that's got epoxy on the side? Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, are they gonna, is this the last coat of epoxy they put, or are they gonna put more? Yeah, just that one, or more? Oh, okay, they're gonna add more after that dries? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. How long is this boat?
40.
Huh?
40.
40, yeah, it's a long boat. That thing's long. So yeah, so I mean, look how long this thing is. This thing is long. And of course they got bamboo outriggers and the little cross beams and stuff somewhere. Two engines. They usually, from the way the shafts look, they got a big engine and a small one, and they'll mix horsepowers of engines on these. Also, it's not always, if they have two engines, they're both 16 horsepower or 9 horsepower or what. They may have one 9 and one 14 or 17 or whatever, you know. And so anyway, I just want to show you this kind of a alternative to fiberglass and epoxy. I really like epoxy more than I like fiberglass. Of course, they do have an epoxy fiberglass too, so which you have to use on marine plywood, because the regular resin will delaminate and come off of marine plywood. Marine plywood doesn't adhere, or the regular fiberglass resin doesn't really adhere properly to marine plywood, so you have to use epoxy style fiberglass resin. And the good thing about that too is the epoxy style doesn't stink, like the regular fiberglass resin has a really strong fume. So anyway, he's modifying that paint bucket for something so it doesn't have an edge. I think that's so he can get all the epoxy out of it. See, he just ringed it. So anyway, we're gonna let them finish this job, and we got to go work on the boat, and we'll be back with more for My Paradise on Bantayan Island. Man, that is a long boat. Bye for now. Everybody, here is the finished product. After they put that that fishnet on here with epoxy, and like I said, the fishnet holds the epoxy, so it's they can put it on thick, and it's like a fiberglass too, like a poor man's fiberglass, but it's really effective as far as protection of the Costco, because that's going to be dragging on the ground, and whenever it's low tide, the boat's set on the ground, and as it gets to be low tide, they're scraping and the waves are coming and scratching because they're still floating slightly and scratching, so that really takes care of it. But look how long that thing is, man. I think he said it's 40 something feet long. That thing is long. But anyway, it's got 2 engines, and it looks like they're running side by side, so that's interesting. The propeller has to come pretty far back to be able to, I mean, the propeller, I don't know how wide the propeller is. See, it looks like this is so close that it would, the propeller would hit this unless it's back here, but this is the rudder here. That's the rudder on the boat. So my boat's roughly 40 something feet of hull, and my rudder is just about that size, maybe a tiny bit smaller, but not much. And it's a 1/2 inch shaft. So anyway, of course that's got a bigger shaft there. It's got a really heavy duty shaft there, like a 1 inch, more than 3/4, I'm guessing, maybe 1 inch. So anyway, that is the finished product, and it looks pretty good, and they'll get a lot of life out of that. But that's how you do it. That's just your normal maintenance for your boat. You come in, you every so often you got to get it out of the water, because where this scratches and gets into the wood, that's a leak into the wood, and the wood absorbs some water, and the more water the Costco absorbs, the heavier the boat is, and the lower it sets, and the more weight it is for the engine to push. So if you can keep that Costco protected and dry, you're in better shape, a lot better shape. But look, I still can't believe how long that thing is. Look at that, it looks like a submarine, you know, upside down. If it had a little tower there, it looks like a submarine. It's so long. But anyway, it's a beautiful day on the ocean. It's high tide, and we're gonna go put some cleats on silicone seal the cleats on the Paradise Trimaran. So we will be back with more. That is how you do your boat maintenance. Bye for now.